Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. Um, I'm called Emmanuel Oscar, and I will be leading you through. I'm going to be your guide in this machine learning journey that we're going to do together. So, um, why are we here? Today I'm just going to take you through the basics of how to actually install TensorFlow. Yes, as you know, we are going to be doing a project here. We're not just going to be learning a bunch of random things. We're going to be doing project-based learning. So the whole idea is we're going to do a full project from start to finish, and while incorporating in industry standard practices. Yes, we're not going to be doing the normal things that people tend to be using notebooks like Jupyter notebooks, or like something like Google Colab where everything is in one place. We're going to be doing the industry standard practices, that is having things happen in a more modular way. That is different files handling everything, so everything pretty much works like one unified system. So today we're just going to do some installation. We're going to install TensorFlow. We're going to be doing deep learning, and the project in particular it's going to be sickness detection. Yes, we're going to be utilizing a CNN, that is a convolutional neural network, and we're going to be giving it, we're going to be basically doing binary classification. That is something this or is it that? How does a sick animal look? What does a one that is healthy look? So it's going to be very direct, nothing very complicated since we're just starting. So thanks for joining in. Now might as well get started. We might get started. I don't want us to waste a lot of time. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to open Visual Studio Code. As I said, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code for this in particular. We're going to be using Visual Studio Code. Let's see. First of all, the first thing we have to do is actually create a folder that we're going to work with our project. And let us name it. I don't think we have named it yet. Let's give it a very simple name. Let's call it animal sickness model. Okay, it's just something I've just put together right now, but it's going to help us because right now I'm just going to show you how to actually install TensorFlow and how to get started with what we're going to be doing. So the first thing, let's accept. Now since we have created a folder, we need to have a folder structure for where our project files are going to be. This Visual Studio is asking us whether we should trust this. Yes, we can trust this. It's us who are actually writing it. Do not trust something that you're not the one that wrote. Maybe you should be a bit skeptical when it asks you that. But if you're the one that actually wrote it, yeah, we can trust it. We can trust it. So because it's going to be empty, let's put something in there. Let's put something in there. Since we're working with TensorFlow, we're going to be using a lot of Python. Let's have a standard default in the Python ecosystem. That is going to be go. Okay, so let us proceed. As you can clearly see, we have created the environment successfully, and I was showing you through. These are the files and folders that are found within it. So the next thing we're going to do, we need to activate this environment. And how we're going to do that? Well, we're going to just activate it. It's going to be like this: source. Yeah, it's going to be source / b. That's going to be source tf / bin / activate. Okay, so the important thing to note here is now we have created an environment and we are setting it up. We need, after creating it, we are going to install whatever we're going to install is going to be stored there. So this is going to allow us to be able to have that seamless thing going on. So let us run it. Okay, it was successfully activated. So that tells you that, yeah, what we're doing is actually working. Did not drop an error, did not do anything. So now that we have installed this, we need to ensure that we have to first make sure that there's Python in that environment, because that's what's going to determine whether this is going to work or it's not going to work. Maybe the first command we have to run is just a pip install and maybe check upgrade or something like that. So let's run our new command. That's going to be pip in our virtual environment. How you know that the environment is active? You see how our terminal looks? Everything that is here is running. It's blue. Then here it's kind of just like plain, and then you see the name TF, and that is our virtual environment for you. So that is going to be install, yeah, pip install. Okay, pip install upgrade, pip install upgrade, pip. You may have installed Python packages to your global. Yes, we want this to be in our virtual environment. Okay. Hold on. I think it's putting this in a different virtual environment from our virtual environment. Hold on. It's putting this in a different virtual environment. Yeah, that's the biggest issue we have here with doing this. Let us wait for it to get done. Yeah, the installation process is very slow. Okay, so let us proceed. As you can see, we have clearly installed, we have successfully installed Python, and check what version we're having in here. So the next thing is to install TensorFlow in our virtual environment. So let us get started. That's going to be pip install TensorFlow. Okay, let's run it. We can wait and see how the whole installation process goes. So typically my machine is a bit older. It might take a bit of some time, but for most people's machines, this should typically get done in less than 30 to 40 seconds. So after this is done installing TensorFlow, next thing maybe is to prove that we have installed it successfully, but it's installed successfully. Okay, let's watch it. So as our machine is installed in TensorFlow, maybe this may be a good opportunity for me to talk about what we're going to do. This is just the opening module. I'm just showing you guys the process of creating a folder, the structure, and everything that we're going to use. However, after this, we are going to actually start doing actual coding and preparing everything. We are going to be following a modular approach. We're not going to just do everything randomly. We're going to try a more professional structure, the one that suits what, big companies like Google and Amazon they're doing. It's not going to be a one-to-one to what they do, because theirs get really complex. Maybe at the starter level, we want it to be like at the starter level, so that once someone sees this, they can understand how things operate on such a scale. and it helps a lot because it allows, someone will be able to scale. You can scale an individual module without necessarily tampering with anything. So, and you can also, it also allows you to reuse stuff. You can always reuse it. You're part of being a software engineer, ML engineer. Um, it's also about how you manage your time and how you manage how you use your resources. So it helps us be basically more resourceful. We're going to do that after this. Um, but as for this, saying it's almost successfully done. Um, I would appreciate everyone who has been able to check this out. Follow through into our entire course. Won't be disappointed. You're going to learn something. You're going to learn something, and it's going to be very beneficial. Even who knows, it could help you as well. So thanks for chiming in. See you in the next one. I'm just waiting for this to get done. Mhm. It's relatively slow on this machine. Like this has taken almost, I think it has taken a minute now, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a minute. A minute we've been working on this and it's not done yet. So let's wait for it to get done. It's a bit funny if I just stop over here and it's not done with what it's supposed to do. So let's watch it get done. My goodness, this machine is really slow. But it's not the machine's fault. It's really done a lot. I can't tell you how many heavy models I've run on this and how many heavy training simulations I've run here. That alone, I think the machine is just on its last life, but it's been there. Well, let's not blame it. It's really fought its battles. It's fought its battles. Okay, let's see. Is it done? Okay.